last week we talked about why you needed to stop saving for a rainy day, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but there was a lot of feedback on that video. So today I want to talk about what you actually should be doing to create that financial security because there's three main ways that you should do it in 2024. So here we go. If we haven't met yet, my name's Aimee Cerka. I'm your go-to money confidence coach for making money simple with straight to the point strategies, all so that you can make more money in less time. So how do you create financial security in 2024, right? Because we do need something. A lot of the comments that I got on that other video, I'll link to it if you haven't checked it out, was that this seems irresponsible. And like, well, yeah, that really summed it up. Was a lot of people said like it feels irresponsible to say that. So the first thing though is like, why would that feel irresponsible? Because this is what we've been told to do, right? We have to save money, we have to put it away. But we're not acknowledging how the world's changing. So that information that we were told probably came from your parents, right? So is the world that we're growing up in now, or growing up in, the world that we're living in now, is it the same as it was when your parents learned that? No, things are totally different. We talk all the time, even about like our phones and, having the calculator and the internet like at our fingertips. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the memes and the gifs that talk about like the math teacher that said that you wouldn't have a calculator in your pocket. Like, now you do. All those things, right? So, why would it be any different when it comes to our money? We have to adjust our expectations and what we're working towards. Okay, so again, what the heck do we do, Aimee? There's three areas or three different categories that we create financial security. In between these three categories, you should have three, six. I mean, go better than that. That's great. I always say start, like aim for having 3 months worth of financial security in these three categories and then work towards six. If you got six, great. But ideally, like you'll keep growing it. It just looks different in 2024. Okay. So what are they? What are the categories? The first category that we have is liquid assets. So, yes, we need to have cash on hand. If something happened tomorrow, you lost all of your income, you need to have liquid assets available to take care of your expenses. Now, knowing what your financial security number is and how much you should have, those are all things that you have to calculate and look at the numbers. Don't just ballpark it, okay? Liquid assets. So, money in savings accounts, having cash on hand, those things are liquid. You can get to them tomorrow if you need it, okay? Then your next category, so you've got liquid assets, then we have marketed assets. These are things that, you know, stuff hits the fan tomorrow, 30 days down the road, you've had time to liquidate these assets. They're available to you, but they're stored maybe a little more securely, maybe they're invested, all of those things. This can be like mutual funds, 401k, stocks, cash value in a life insurance, IRAs, CDs kind of work, annuity, those things, those are all marketed assets. So you can get to the money if you need to, but they're off doing their own thing. They're growing as an investment. It's marketed, all those things. And then the third and final one is long-term assets. So these are things that aren't as liquid. It would take longer to be able to sell them, to cash them out. This can be jewelry that you have that you would be willing to part with. This could be extra vehicles, businesses, real estate, I think we said vehicles, those things that will take longer to liquidate, but in like worst case scenario, everything melts down, you still have that money available. So between those three categories, that's what we use to create our financial security. Now, inside the financial security calculator and inside Money Mastery Academy, I give you the breakdown of like what you need to have where within what category at a minimum. You can always have more, but what should you be aiming for that first level that you should hit to create financial security and feel confident about it in 2024? All right, that's what I've got for today. We wanted to talk about like what actually makes sense in 2024 since that was such a hot video a couple weeks ago. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what was the biggest like aha moment for you from this video. And that first level, that liquid assets, I've got one major tip that is going to make all the difference for you on making your savings account actually work for you. And we'll talk about it next week. So make sure to subscribe, follow, like, whatever you need to do, depending on the platform we're at, so that you don't miss it. And that's what I've got for now. We'll see you next time.